I'd like to call this meeting to order. Mr. Crotty, do roll call, please.
Mr. Accomando?
Present.
Ms. Borelli? Ms. Ainello?
Here.
Ms. Mahoney?
Here.
Mr. Quinn?
Here.
Ms. Robinson?
Here.
Ms. Roloff? Ms. Torbic?
Here.
Ms. Zottarelli?
Here.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Adequate notice of this meeting has been sent to all members of the Board of Education and to the Bergen Record in accordance with the provisions of the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, 1975. At this time, please be advised that all cell phones and electronic devices should be turned off. We will start with our student representative report. Ariba Hussein.
On Thursday, April 25th, the Brook Middle High School hosted Bring Your Child to Work Day. In total, 25 of our faculty's little ones visited the building and enjoyed a multitude of activities that included sidewalk poetry with the English classes, a variety of experiments in science labs, a makerspace in the media center, and a photo booth with our photography students. Our physical education department was sure to take our guests out to the track and hire them out. It was a great wellness day for children, our students, and staff. A big congratulations goes out to the following 9 students who successfully auditioned for the 2019-2020 NJ All-State Chorus. Over 1,000 students auditioned as all the choral directors from the high schoolers around the state adjusted at Ridge High School, Baskin Ridge. Over spring break last week, the mixed chorus will present 2 concerts in this fall, one at NJPAC in Newark and the other one in NJEA Convention in Atlantic City. The Tremble Chorus will perform at a concert in the NJPAC in Newark in February as a grand finale to the NJFME convention. Mixed chorus includes Summer Alfonso, who is soprano 1, Emily Beckus, alto 1, Allison Beckus, alto 1, Kayleen Mahoney, alto 2, Mateo Rasoles, tenor 2, Sammy Sanchez, tenor 2, Jonathan Beckus, bass 1, and Andrew McLean, bass 2. Athletics. Congratulations to our girls track and field team for winning the NJIC Novice meet this past Saturday. Congratulations to our softball team for earning a spot in the BCWCA tournament, and a special shout out goes to Ashley Georgievich for earning her 100th career hit on Friday, May 3rd versus Dumont. Congratulations to more of our Saddlebrook High School athletics who committed and signed letters of intent to play their respective sports in college. Jacob Janowski will be attending and playing soccer at Ramapo College of New Jersey, and Jacob Quinn on committing to playing lacrosse at Felician University. Good luck to our baseball, softball, track and field teams in the upcoming NJSIAA state tournaments. Come out and support your Falcons. For the middle school, 90 middle school students attended the 8th grade Washington, D.C. trip April 25th and April 26th. A wonderful time was had by all. All 3 elementary schools had their district-wide 3rd grade recorder concert in April. Our students did an amazing job in their first time on the high school stage. See Franklin School students at the spring concert on May 20th. Thanks to all that came out to our PCO Tricky Trees this year. We were plenty of surprises and lots of support for the Franklin School. Thank you. For Autism Awareness Month, Mrs. Violetti shared a presentation with the schools. After each student filled in a puzzle piece with their strengths, check out our Twitter and Instagram feed to see pictures of the finished display. Long School. Long School had 4 winners for the Fire Prevention Week contest. We are so happy to announce our winners are Devin Frank, Gianna Froyan, Gia Calderon, and Anthony Jordan. A Long Memorial School students' spring concert will be held Wednesday, May 22nd. Special thanks to the Long Memorial School PTO for the generosity this week during Teachers Appreciation Week. and for Smith School. Our spring PTO, Brook Fair, and food truck events were both huge successes. Thank you to our PTO and everyone for all the support. The concert will be May 21st. And for Washington School, their preschool open house will be held on May 14th at 7 p.m. That's all, Brook. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, next up, we'll have the superintendent's report. Ms. Shanley?
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I would like to first thank all of our faculty members, many of whom are sitting here tonight, for their dedication to the students in Saddlebrook during National Teacher Appreciation Week. So my thanks go out to you on behalf of the Board of Education. It's also School Nurses Week, and not just School Nurses Week, but Nurses Week. And we have wonderful nurses here in the district, so thank you as well. And during the month of May, we celebrate a variety of professionals. Next week is National Police Week, and the week after that is National EMS Week. So thank you all for your service. I wanted to just announce, although we will be recognizing these professionals formally at the June meeting, where we have invited their family and friends to come, I wanted to just announce our District Teachers of the Year this year. At the middle and high school, David Barberi. At Washington School, Virginia Lauder. Franklin School, Nicole McNamara. At Smith School, Christina Tarila. And at Long School, Karen Yegowell. There will be a luncheon, There will be a luncheon later on this month for the Bergen County Teachers of the Year. They will all attend with their principals, and we will have the recognition for them here in June. And at that same recognition in June, we will recognize the retirees and their families, and the choir, many of whom were listed in Ariba's presentation, will be here to perform, and we will recognize the students in the choir who've received state, county, and regional recognitions. Okay, a reminder that the preschool open house at Washington School is on May 14th at 7 o'clock. If you know people who have children who are interested in preschool, that is when the open house is. And Mrs. Coffey has extended an invitation to all of the board members here, although I will send you an email to remind you, to the academic award ceremony on Wednesday, May 29th at 7 p.m. right here in this auditorium. And I want to read to you a proclamation for Mental Health Awareness Month, which is the month of May. So this is a proclamation from the Saddlebrook School District. Proud to be stigma-free. Whereas mental health is essential to everyone's overall health and well-being, and whereas all people experience times of difficulty and stress in their lives, and whereas prevention is an effective way to reduce the burden of mental health conditions, and whereas mental health conditions are real and prevalent in our schools and in our community, and whereas mental health conditions are the leading cause of disability across the United States, whereas one in five Americans has experienced some form of mental illness, with 1 in 25 experiencing serious mental illness such as bipolar disorder or schizophrenia. And whereas although most people can be successfully treated, less than half of the adults in the U.S. who need services get treatment and the help that they need. Whereas 20% of youth have mental health conditions, with 1 in 10 young people having experienced a period of major depression. Whereas the average delay between the onset of symptoms and intervention is somewhere between 8 and 10 years. Whereas people experiencing mental health conditions often face rejection, bullying, and discrimination, this can make their journey to recovery longer and more difficult. Whereas members of the LGBTQ community are twice as likely as straight individuals to have mental health conditions. Whereas suicide is the second leading cause of death of youth in ages 15 to 24 and the 10th leading cause of death for all Americans. Whereas schools and school communities share the burden of mental health conditions and have a responsibility to promote mental wellness and support prevention efforts. And whereas this district provides a variety of supports to address wellness and will continue to do so. And whereas this Board of Education advocates for programming that addresses the need of its students. Now therefore be it resolved that I, Danielle Shanley, Superintendent of the Saddlebrook School District, do hereby affirm the district to be proud to be stigma-free and recognize the month of May as Mental Health Awareness Month, recognized in its regular session of the Board of Education on this 8th day of May, 2019.
Thank you very much.
Okay, I wanted to provide an update on an ongoing topic. I just wanted to let the community know that after great thought, investigation, follow-up, follow-through, a lot of listening and a lot of problem-solving, that the board has agreed that we will keep the before and after care program within district for another year. With that being said, we're going to take a close look at it to make it as cost-effective and family, and maintain the spirit and excitement with which our current employees serve it. And we will examine it for a year and take a look at it 1 year from now and see if we cannot breathe some excitement and energy into the program that we currently have. So. One other thing, you have to forgive me, this is on my phone. There were some questions on Monday night about the Teen Arts Festival. I was disappointed to hear that we were not participating in the Teen Arts Festival until it came up on Monday night. Nobody had reached out to me prior than that meeting. I did not know that we were not participating in the Teen Arts Festival, and I'm not happy to hear that we're not participating in the Teen Arts Festival. I participated in the Teen Arts Festival when I was a child, and my daughter, who is an artist and a musician, participates in the Teen Arts Festival, and I think that it's very important to some students. So I reached out to the department and I asked them why weren't we participating, and could they please give me a response that I could share with you. So I'm going to read to you what they have given me. On behalf of the Music and Visual Arts Departments, the decision to pull out of the Bergen County Teen Arts Festival has been on our minds for quite some time. In recent years, the spring has become increasingly more difficult to find time for field trips. The Music and Visual Arts Departments have felt the need to pick and choose our trips wisely. In particular, the Music Department has felt that the County Teen Arts Festival is less educationally viable than other possibilities. We have been investigating the festival at the state level as a possible future endeavor. The visual arts departments are limited annually with a small cap of students who are eligible to display their art and attend the festival. To attend the event without the music department would not be cost-effective for the district. The visual arts department is currently redirecting our energies on more inclusive art-related events within the school for the conclusion of the 18-19 year. Both departments look forward to the arts continuing to thrive throughout Saddlebrook and in other venues. Please know that I will continue to work with the music and art department and just let them know how important teen arts is to me, and ask them how we can support them in continuing it in the future. Okay. And I think that concludes my report.
Thank you very much. Business Administration Report, Mr. Karati?
Yeah, just a few more items. I gave a project update on Monday. For the board, I sent an email out a couple days ago to complete the board self-evaluation. Have that completed before May 28th. I sent the email with the link on it. Second item is for the financial disclosure statements. I just have to report in the minutes that all financial disclosure statements to the Ethics Commission was completed by the board and administrators before the April 30th deadline. And I also emailed the board members that need, just a few of you need to complete your mandated training for 2019. So just respond to me with that. And I also sent another email about July 22nd. I know we're going to go over the meeting calendar next month, but July 22nd, I have a tentative date with our school board representative to hold a goal-setting meeting. So if you can get back to me if that day works for you and what time you could be here. That concludes my report.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Crotty. I would like to now motion for opening the meeting for public comment for agenda items and policies only.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, here we go. Residents are requested to state their names, addresses, and subject matter. In the event it appears the public comment portion of the meeting may exceed 45 minutes, the presiding officer may limit each statement made by a participant to 5 minutes duration. Issues raised by members of the public may or may not be responded to by the board. All comments will be considered, and a response will be forthcoming if and when appropriate. The board asks that members of the public be courteous and mindful of the rights of other individuals when speaking. Specifically, comments regarding students and employees of the board are discouraged and will not be responded to by the board. Students and employees have specific legal rights afforded by the laws of New Jersey. The board bears no responsibility, nor will it be held liable for any comments made by members of the public. Members of the public should consider their comments in light of the legal rights of those affected or identified in their comments and be aware that they are legally responsible and liable for their comments. Hopefully everybody can try and be concise, so we don't need to go into a limitation if a lot of people speak. And again, please note that this is for agenda items only, specifically that have written on the agenda. Anything else, we will have an open to comment portion at the very end of the meeting for those that are new to these meetings. Thank you.
Good evening, Superintendent Shanley, members of the board, colleagues, parents, and friends. My name is Alexis Draction, and I am the school counselor at Long Memorial School. I am here to discuss the termination of my position this year. I want to start by saying that I love my job.
That's not on the agenda, correct?
165?
Where?
165?
Just give us a second, thank you.
Non-renewals, sorry. If you'd like me to wait that, I'm okay with that.
165 is to approve the renewal of non-tenured teaching staff.
Non-renewal.
This is to approve the renewals.
Would you
Right.
like me to wait?
Until after the agenda.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you, sorry.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay.
Christine Pecoraro, 100 Nethick Drive, in regards to agenda item P171, approval of all transfer of staff assignments listed in exhibit. Is the exhibit public knowledge that it's normally listed somewhere where we could see it?
I believe in this case, because the board hasn't taken action on it, it's a personnel matter. After the board takes action, then the public will see it. But everybody who is on that list has been notified.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else want to speak to the matter of agenda items only? May I have a motion to close to public comment? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay, board action items, B30 and B31. May I have a motion to, or make a motion to approve those two?
So moved.
Any comment, questions? Mr. Crotty?
Ms. Robinson?
Yes.
Ms. Torbeck?
Yes.
Ms. Zattarelli?
Yes.
Mr. Accomando?
Yes.
Ms. Borelli?
Yes.
Ms. Ianello?
Yes.
Ms. Mahoney?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes. Ms. Torbeck, Education and Curriculum, please.
At the recommendation of the superintendent, I make a motion to approve the following items.
E37 through E39.
May I have a second?
Second.
Any questions or discussion? Seeing none, Mr. Karati?
Ms. Robinson?
Yes.
Ms. Torbic?
Yes.
Ms. Zattarelli?
Yes.
Mr. Accomando?
Yes.
Ms. Borelli?
Yes.
Ms. Ianello?
Yes to all, but I'm going to abstain from field trip number 549 and E38.
Ms. Mahoney?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes. Ms. Robinson, Finance, Budget, and Facilities, please.
Yes. At the recommendation of the superintendent, I make a motion to approve the following items, and there's a lot, so it's F-116 all the way through F-144.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any questions or discussion? Seeing none, Mr. Karati?
Ms. Robinson?
Yes.
Ms. Torbic?
Yes, but I abstain from F-136.
Ms. Zattarelli?
Yes.
Mr. Accomando?
Yes.
Ms. Borelli?
Yes.
Ms. Ianello?
Yes to all, but I will abstain in item F1.6, check number 2345, 2715, 55476. In item F119, ID number 2. In item F136, number 2.
Ms. Mahoney?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes. There's no policy at this time, correct?
Correct.
Is there anything from negotiations? Ms. Zattarelli?
Yes, we approved the salary guides, and I believe by the end of the week,
Almost.
I believe by the end of the week, you should have a
Yes.
draft of the contract.
Thank you. Personnel, Mr. Accomando?
At the recommendation of the superintendent, I make a motion to approve the following items.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah, no, P-156 through 177.
Can we have a second, please?
Second.
Any questions or discussion?
Yeah.
Seeing none, Mr. Karati?
Ms. Robinson?
Yes.
Ms. Torbic?
Yes, but I abstain from P170.
Ms. Zattarelli?
Yes to all except 162, I'm voting no, and I just want it to be known, it is not the person by any means, it's the position I'm opposed to.
Mr. Accomando?
Yes to all, but I agree with Ms. Zattarelli on P-162. A no on the position, but the person is absolutely wonderful in the district.
Ms. Borelli?
Yes.
Ms. Ianello?
Yes to all, except I will abstain from P163.
Ms. Mahoney?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
So all motions pass.
Thank you.
Can I make a comment?
Yes.
I would like to make a comment about the appointment of Mrs. Tony Violetti as Director of Curriculum in the district. Mrs. Violetti brings 14 years of professional experience with her. She is well-loved by her school community and the community of Saddlebrook. She is well-respected by her colleagues, knowledgeable, highly motivated, hardworking, and just a ball of excitement. And I am so thoroughly looking forward to having her in this role. She will be incredibly valuable to the district in moving us forward academically. And I thank the board for supporting her.
Thank you. Committee reports. Anything new, Ms. Robinson, Budget, Finance, and Facilities?
No, not from Monday, Steve.
Education, Ms. Torbeck?
No.
Negotiations already went. Any liaison reports?
Nope.
Okay, I do have a quick one. Under the Township Liaisons, there is a community partnership meeting on Monday, May 20th at 6:30 PM in the Senior Center. This is a group of people from the community that get together and find ways to help the community and improve the community. Everyone is welcome, whether you've been there or not. It's really a great organization, so hopefully some of you and some of us can make it on this Monday, the 20th, at 6:30 PM in the Senior Center.
Also, May 13th, Monday, the Township Liaison group will meet with the representatives from the township to discuss joint items, and that's Monday, May 13th at 5 PM here at the high school.
Thank you. Seeing no others, any correspondence? Old business?
Through the chair, I think it's old business, maybe it's new business, but we were cordially invited to this senior scholarship banquet, and I had forgotten, but we need to RSVP, so I just wanted to remind the board in case anybody forgot, like I do.
And just to remind everybody, that is on June 11th.
On June 11th.
I was actually going to do that with new business
Okay,
because I wasn't
sorry,
sure either.
sorry.
What's the Respond Day?
Yesterday.
You should have an email regarding that. New business, any other new business? Okay, lastly, I would like to thank all of our excellent teachers, nurses, paraprofessionals during the Teachers Appreciation Week and Nurses Appreciation Week. You guys do a great job. We are extremely appreciative of the work you do, and thank you all very, very much for supporting our students.
Could I add one more thank you? Also like to thank the Student Council for the Saddlebrook sweatshirt that I received this week. That was a very nice treat. I'm also incredibly flattered that they think I'm a medium. That's okay. And I'd like to thank Ms. Josephson for her delicious treats that she made for the board the other night. Much appreciated.
Can I have a motion to open the meeting to public for comments?
Motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Residents are requested to state their names, addresses, and subject matter. In the event it appears the public comment portion of the meeting may exceed 45 minutes, the presiding officer may limit each statement made by the participant to 5 minutes duration. Issues raised by members of the public may or may not be responded to by the board. All comments will be considered, and a response will be forthcoming if and when appropriate. The board asks that members of the public be courteous and mindful of the rights of other individuals when speaking. Specifically, comments regarding students and employees of the board are discouraged and will not be responded to by the board. Students and employees have specific legal rights afforded by the laws of New Jersey. The board bears no responsibility, nor will it be liable for any comments made by members of the public. Members of the public should consider their comments in light of the legal rights of those affected or identified in their comments, and be aware that they are legally responsible and liable for their comments. Anyone from the public that would like to speak?
Michael Accomando, resident, 33 Welcome Road.
I'm sorry, what was your name?
I just want to, I was wrong for, yeah. No, I just said as a resident. Okay, I'm not as a board member, as a resident. The other day, I was not supposed to speak on my personal stuff from the dais, so I just wanted to apologize for that. But I did want to say, I know what people are feeling like with the process of how stuff was handled in the past. Me personally, I do have faith in the superintendent that she's going to right the wrongs. Unfortunately, we've all been snake bitten in the past about how the process worked. So I guess we lash out on those up here. Hopefully not me, but I trust in the process, and my thing was not to go against anyone. I just wanted to say that. I know what it was like to have my son go through the process of waiting to be either classified or 504 or what have you. So I just wanted to make that clear, and I do support what the superintendent does. I feel like she's going to right the wrongs and steer us in the right direction. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Alexis Duraction. I am the school counselor at Long Memorial School. I am here to speak because I'm not being renewed for next year. I want to start by saying that I love my job. I started this journey into education as a substitute teacher while I worked on my bachelor's. Upon graduating Ramapo College, I pursued my master's in elementary education in Montclair State University, and then went on to receive a second master's into school counseling from Seton Hall. This was my second year as the school counselor at Long Memorial School, and as June 21st, it will be my last. I want to speak to you tonight so that you can see me. And I'm aware of the process for requesting a formal meeting, but tonight I wanted you to actually see the person whose life you are about to change in such a significant way. You're about to change my life and the lives of many of my colleagues in more ways than you are probably comfortable with. And you might think this is simply about the job, but it's about so much more. Because, ladies and gentlemen of the board, it's not just about the lives of the men and women you're about to let go of. It's about the lives of the people who they interact with every day. It's about the lives of the staff and the students, most importantly, the students. I love my job, I love my school, and I love those kids. When I go to work, I'm not walking into a building and going through motions. The well-being of the students of Long Memorial School is my priority. I never had a counselor when I was growing up, but I had a lot of really wonderful teachers who impressed on me the importance of letting a child know that you see them. And I see all the students at Long Memorial. I know every single one of them. I know their names, I know whose classes they're in, I know whose siblings they are, I know what's going on in their daily lives. I start my mornings by standing by the front doors and I greet each of them by name. I get hugs and high fives. The morning is the first part of the day where I can give them a positive experience to show them how much I care. I take my job to heart, sometimes to my own deficit. When I see a child crying at the end of the day, I think about them all night long. When someone is excited and wants to share that with me, I celebrate that with them. Their successes are my successes. Because when a student comes into the building, that is my child. Parents leave their children with us because they hope that someone will be looking out for them the way that they do. To say that I am devastated would be an understatement. As a counselor, I've always felt that my main purpose was to advocate for the children of the building I worked in, and I've done my very best to do that for the last 2 years. I've spent many hours working on programming to enhance not only our school climate, but also to develop our students' emotional development, which there is no counseling program for. There's no curriculum. I celebrate their achievements. From the Legendary Leaders program, to our cross-grade buddy system, to family nights and character education lessons, my focus has always been supporting the students to the fullest extent. So here's what I know. I know I'm very good at my job, and by no means am I perfect, but I come in each day with my whole heart focused on what was best for the students and staff of Long Memorial. My grandmother passed away on September 1st of this year. Her wake was the first day of school, and I came to work because I felt that I needed to be there for my little kiddos who were going to have a hard time transitioning in. That was my priority. Being let go feels very personal to me, rather than something related to my performance. And when I started writing this statement, I was filled with a lot of resentment, anger, and bitterness. But anger has no place here, and I recognize that my fate is sealed and decisions have been made, and I'm working on accepting that. The hardest part for me is processing how children who I work with and who I care for so deeply will walk through the doors next September and I won't be there to see them grow. Devastated, heartbroken, and crushed. I feel like these are the words that have been jumping to my mind for some time whenever someone asks me how I am. But I'm also overwhelmed, and I'm also really blessed. I'm overwhelmed by the amount of support from the community at Long School. From the staff to the parents, I am just blown away by all of you. The outpouring of love I have received is more than I could possibly ever imagine. I'm blessed because even if it was for 2 years, I was able to spend 2 years in a building surrounded by parents who care, colleagues who supported me as I transitioned in, learning how to do my job the best that I could, and have allowed me a shoulder to cry on as my time is shortly coming to an end. But most importantly, I'm blessed because of the students who have opened their hearts, trusted me with their feelings, and taught me just as much as I like to believe that I have taught them. But most importantly, I feel loved. I need to take a moment to give a heartfelt thanks to my PTO, who have organized family nights where the focus was raising money for the school counseling department. Their generosity is not lost on me, and I feel so honored by their trust in this program. My only hope is the person who comes in next will work to implement some of the ideas we've discussed, because the children deserve someone who is all in. To my LMS family and to the people who have come out tonight in support of me, I only have one request. Please give the person who walks through the doors of Long School in September as a new counselor the same love and support that you have shown me. Give them a chance to love your children the way that I have. I've been working with first grade students on topics like growth mindset, resilience, and the most powerful word in the world yet. We've been studying neuroscientists and have learned that the brain is a muscle, and just like your body needs to work at new things to get better, our brains grow by forcing new challenges that make us stronger. This will make me stronger, but I'm just not sure how yet. Being a part of the Long community will be an experience that I have treasured forever. It has taught me so much, especially about the importance of advocating for what is best for our students. So, as I formally leave, I look forward to the next chapter. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Hey everybody, I'm Melissa Monaco at 181 Cambridge Avenue in Saddlebrook. I've lived in this town actually for all but 4 years of my life. My question is, with the budget cuts, doing less with more, cutting these programs and these staff, what are things that you guys have entertained doing to make the overall school district more efficient and to be able to cut our costs but still provide more programs for the children? Has anything been thought of in terms of consolidating classes, in terms of buildings, or have we brought up joining other towns and districts to lower cost? Thank you.
That's a pretty complex question.
Yep.
Not really something I can answer right now. We have not, since I have been here, talked about really joining other towns in particular. I know that that conversation has come up. It has preceded me.
Yep.
At this point, the State Department of Education is looking closely at that, and redistricting may be forced upon districts. We are probably not one of those districts that it will be forced upon because we are a K-12, looking more so at K-8. As far as sharing services, we do share some services with the town. We do share, if we have an opportunity, share costs for professional development. You said something about condensing classes. I don't really know what you mean.
Have you guys thought of, would it make sense to change like the assignments in the elementary schools by like more age level, or would that really increase our busing classes so we can be more efficient with our teaching staff?
Well, at this point, most of our classes are close to capacity. So it would be, if we had 10 students in one class in one building and 25 in another class in another building, it might be worth it to take a look at that. We don't really have that kind of disparity in the numbers. Long School probably has the most room in some of its classes, but we are not exceeding policy for classroom sizes anywhere else. So if we were close to exceeding, right now, if you approach a certain number at a certain grade level, you would get a paraprofessional in the room. We haven't exceeded that, so we haven't had to really go there yet, thank goodness.
Okay. Thanks.
Hi, Amanda Penna, 341 Wilson Street. I do have something prepared because I'm mighty nervous and I timed it. It's under 5 minutes, So I'm speaking to you today as a parent, and only as a parent. I have 2 years of experience so far in this school system, and because of a large, unintentional, but still blessed for it, age gap in my girls, I have 18 years to go in Saddlebrook school system. So I'm here to be positive. I'm here with optimism. I'm just here to fall in line with your board goals. Board goal 3 is to improve the program of student staff community recognition at each board meeting to enhance overall communication. So I just want to recognize some staff and community members. My daughter has been in wonderful hands the last 2 years in this school system and at Long School. She's in first grade now. She adores Mrs. Malisi. Mrs. Malisi's here, Mommy's here. That's okay. I'll be second fiddle to Mrs. Malisi, that's fine. She also loved Mrs. Diaquino and Mrs. Alling. They were her kindergarten teachers. They set the foundation for her to love elementary school. She loves all her special area teachers, just to name a few. Miss Jan, she just adores. Mr. Munoz, she wakes up on gym days like we're going to Disney. We've never even been to Disney, but Mrs. Grottos, my daughter now wants a piano. I don't have enough room for a piano. I don't have enough money to buy a piano, but she wants a piano. Mrs. Viscardi, who nurtures my daughter's existing love of art. Mr. Kevin, our custodian, and before him, Mr. Vinny, who always went really above and beyond to keep the school safe and clean and just to be smiling presences in the kids' lives. Mrs. Jenkins, who's implemented programs that make the school environment more fun. Long's office staff, who juggle to keep the building running seamlessly. Our nurse, who supports boo-boos big and small and sometimes just nerves. Our PTO that sponsors so much that our kids do throughout the year. And again, at Long and beyond, I have to recognize, and I appreciate that the program is safe, I have to recognize the faculty of the before and after care program and its supervisors and the summer camp and its leads and coordinators for being able to support dozens of children from different grades with different needs and interests at once. Our school community is a gift and I treasure it. The last staff member I want to recognize is Mrs. Alexis Draction, a guidance counselor who has made a tremendous positive impact on my daughter. Now, as you're speaking, I'm thinking I wrote what you wrote, but we didn't talk first, so I guess that just means it's true. My daughter is one of the children who will absolutely have a horrible time walking into that building in September. I will have to get her through it. At this time, my daughter's IEP does not include accommodations for an issue I won't speak about publicly, but one with which her counselor is very familiar. It was wonderful knowing my daughter was in the hands of someone trained and experienced and familiar with her needs. After speaking with Mr. Action, I decided not to pursue additional accommodations. So I guess she actually saved everybody a lot of work there. Mrs. Draction has provided support for me outside of school hours and days and never at the cost of the other students she's supporting. Just her presence in the school makes my daughter feel safe. She's always popping in and out of classes and school events to check in. Mrs. Shanley, if I can plagiarize from you, First of all, let me just say I love Mrs. Violetti too. Mrs. Directions also, that was a perfect way to put it, a ball of energy. Maybe not tonight because she's upset, but I'm saying like a ball of energy where I've often gone home to my daughter and said like, I just need the vitamins Miss Directions taking because mommy doesn't have as much energy. She's always in the hallway in the morning greeting these kids by name with a smile, asking them, how did your game go, high-fiving them about their math test, and I'm amazed at the amount of information she remembers. This is beyond 504s, beyond IEPs. This is a counselor forming what I wish could have been lasting relationships with the kids, although it will be a lasting relationship because we are not saying goodbye to you. In a district that has seen so much turnover, here we have someone who is wonderful for our children and committed to this district. She's invested in our community. She's invested in our district goals. The first item on our mission statement states that students should feel physically and emotionally safe. I was shocked to hear someone like that would be let go. Of course, I'm not privy, and I'm not asking to be privy to the reason for personnel decisions, but if it's budgetary, I promise you it's not worth it. And if it's performance-based or procedural, first, I wish the parents and students had a say in these evaluations because I'm a tough customer and she really is priceless. I hope that she'll be given a chance. We heard here also on Monday that other priceless faculty members are being let go. Our goal should be to retain the best of the best at any cost, and if at all possible, the budget proposal should include the preservation of at least some of those jobs. I urge you to follow the first listed board goal for the school year, which is to refocus on our primary responsibility, the students. And if you're going to do that, you have to listen to the people who are experts on the students. And I'm expert on nothing, but I'm an expert on my kid. I'll conclude by saying I know there are people in this room who are angry, and I want to remind everyone that it really doesn't have to be us versus them. I don't look at anyone on our board and see villains, and I don't want anyone sitting behind me to feel that way. Listen, if board positions were easy, more people would run. I'm not running. Even in the absence of villains, there are heroes. And our heroes' jobs are at stake. So I'm begging the board, please be heroes tonight and reconsider the discharge or reassignment of some of these faculty members who have become heroes to our children, to my baby. Thank you sincerely for allowing me to share and get through that.
Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Jaden Spinella and I am a 3rd grade student at Long. I am here because I heard our school counselor, Miss Direction, is losing her job. For those of you that don't know me, I have a 504 and I need extra help in school. I have ADHD and anxiety. When I heard about Miss Direction losing her job, I asked my mom if I could speak tonight to let everyone know what Miss Direction has done for me. She has made school more comfortable for me by making it easier for me to learn and get through the day. When I was nervous for park testing, she cheered me up and made me feel more comfortable. Miss Direction read Test Monsters to us and we had fun. I wish we could do that more. Every morning when I walk into school, she is always there to say good morning to me. She always motivates me and makes me feel like I can do things that I don't believe I can do. If our school loses Miss Direction, I will be very hurt and upset. Whoever is voting for Miss Direction's job to get replaced, I hope you reconsider because we love her at Long School. It's hard for me to talk in front of a lot of people, so I'm going to make this short. I just wanted to let everyone know that I'm here to speak for the kids at our school to keep Miss Direction as our school counselor. If we have to say goodbye to her at the end of the school year, it will be very hard, but whatever school she ends up at, the kids will be very lucky to have her there for them. Thank you for listening to me.
Thank you very much. You did an excellent job. Mom, you should be so proud of him.
Yeah. What a way to run a beautiful moment.
Hi, I'm Nicole Marcheca, 47 Alberta Drive. I'm here also to speak about Mr. Action. I get very nervous in public, so I will try this. My son Matthew is in first grade. He entered kindergarten last year with severe anxiety and having a very difficult time getting into school. Mr. Action was the only one that was able to get my son from running down Flora Lane into the actual school. I literally did not think that I was going to be able to get him to go through an entire school year. He now, I call him the mayor of Long School, loves everybody in his school. Everybody knows him. Everybody has just been so wonderful to my son that it's above and beyond what I can thank you for. Recently, which I really don't want to have to say in public, but I will, I'm in the middle of going through a divorce, and my son, now in first grade, is having a very difficult time with that. He's been acting out a lot in school, getting in trouble by his teacher a lot for not being able to sit still and focus. I had a meeting with Mr. Action and his teacher about 2 weeks ago with Matthew involved. And she set up such a fantastic reward chart for my son, who has now not gotten in trouble one day in the last 2 weeks that we've had this meeting. Mr. Action has also made it clear to spend a little bit of time with Matthew 1 day a week, just alone time with him and her, that he can discuss his feelings. He came home from school last week telling me all about his feelings and how he was very safe and comfortable with Mr. Action. It breaks my heart knowing that my child is going to go through such an emotional breakdown again when I have another child also entering kindergarten this upcoming year. I am a pediatric nurse as well, so I understand the emotions that children go through and the anxiety takes over. I do know that you spoke about Mental Awareness Month, and this is included in that. Children have such a hard time with adjustment, separation, and they look for the guidance and support from anybody, from their teacher, from anybody that they're with. So to take somebody away that has been nothing but positive to not only my child, but all the other children in Long School, it's extremely heartbreaking. And I really, truly hope that you reconsider your decision because you're losing such a great person. Thank you.
Okay, this is nervous. So Olga Ajdanovska, 226 Nedelic. So I'm crying, I guess, but I was wondering if you guys could answer my question that my son asked me in the car, because somebody, when I was picking him up today, gave me a flyer, and I put it on the back seat, and Adrian read it, and he had asked, how long should he have to cry for Miss D? Is it just going to be a few months, or does he have to cry forever?
Hi, Ian Ellis, 592 Oak Avenue. This is a two-part statement question. Question number one, and it's a simple yes or no. Is this decision budgetary or personnel? This, I'm sorry, Mr. Action decision, is it budgetary or personnel? I know you can't comment personnel, but you can say budgetary or personnel.
We can't answer that.
You can't answer that? Okay. Then I'll follow it up with the statement. As a parent of a child with an IEP, Mr. Action is, I can't even put into words the things that she's done for my son. From not wanting to go to school to anxiety issues to hyperactivity, you name it, the gamut. And from kindergarten, he's in 4th grade now, from kindergarten through, there's been years of, pardon my French, absolute hell. And when she came into the picture, it was like a ray of sunshine. And ever since, it's been that way. So apparently the decision is made, and what I'm about to say is probably on deaf ears. However, this decision was incorrect, and our loss is going to be another district's large gain. Thank you.
Thank you.
Elvis?
Anyone else? Seeing none, may I have a motion to close public comment?
Motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? I'd like to make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The meeting is adjourned. Thank you all very much for coming. I hope most, if not all of you, will continue to come after all of this very difficult time is over. Please stay involved.